I don't think FIU's ever done something like this before, right? Have you found out?
Not that I know of. I don't think they have. And I know our players are excited about going there and doing this, and hope there's a good turnout in the community. And so we're trying to give back and go there and be a part of it.
Give back and the kids and all that, but also in an intelligent fashion, there are a lot of players in that area. It's a good thing, right? I'll let it put in your words, to be visible in that area.
Yes, it is a good thing. The one situation with it under NCAA rules, we can't talk to any of the kids when we're there because we're not on our campus. But they could. It's open to the public. They can be around, but we can't talk to any of them. So, but we're excited about being there for sure.
Can't talk to them, but you're going to be seen.
Yeah,
you're there. You're going to make an impact.
Yes.
And that could bear fruit
right
down the road. About the ball club, I don't know how many days in now
we just finished our 7th practice.
7th. So
yes.
How are things developing? What are you seeing?
It's going better and better. Today we were able to have what's called a 50-50 day. So 50% of the day we can actually tackle with the ground, and the other 50% we can't. This was a lot more physical than we've been. So our physicality is improving, which tells me a couple things. Both sides of the ball know where they're going better. They're arriving there quicker. They're not thinking as much, which makes you more aggressive. And it was a good day on both the offense and defense. You want to see both sides make plays. You don't want to see one side completely dominate the other. So I thought it was a good day seeing competition out there.
Speaking of competition, is there quarterback open competition, or who's been running? Is Grayson
Yeah, we've been actually all the running quarterbacks have been getting the same amount of reps. We get a lot of reps in practice in a lot of different ways, so we keep track of different things they're doing, making sure that they see all the different plays and they get a good repetition. So all the guys have basically been getting the same amount of reps.
With the two Bryant kids, talk about Haley. What does he give you guys on the D line? Haley. Jack Haley.
Jack Daly.
Daly, I'm sorry.
That's right. Yeah, Jack's doing really well. Big, powerful, strong young man. He's doing a good job in there and really understanding it. And I've been really pleased with Jack.
And Anderson in the defensive backfield.
Yes, JT has he made a couple plays a day, knocking the ball away. We're working him at corner, and he's really doing a good job. And again, I thought he had a better day today because now he's starting to understand everything. He doesn't have to think as much, and it's all reactionary.
A little tougher one here. Who's been a surprise of camp, would you say? Or a couple, if you have a couple.
Well, we had a lot of guys work hard. I would say Shamari, the running back that transferred, I don't know if he's a surprise, but he's run really well. You can ask all our guys. He's physical and powerful and fast. He's looked good out there. And I would say on defense, a young guy that's getting more reps now, Jamari Solomon. The young man that played nose tackle for us, redshirted last year. He's jumped out and made some plays.
You've had a couple of departures. I think the O-line. How's that unit looking?
They're doing well. They're getting a lot more reps now, so that's helping them get better. And they've stepped up. And then Mikael Rabus is out there, and we were really excited about him being here. And he's really throwing him right in the fire. And he's athletic and long and big. And I thought he's looked good.
The transfer portal swings both ways. When guys like a couple guys that you've left, how do you deal with that?
You just wish them the best and move on, and then you keep working with the guys you've got and keep recruiting. And there's change, right? And you got to adapt to change. And we feel like we keep preparing for the change, and there's going to be change pop up, and there'll be kids calling us wanting to come here. There'll be other guys that are on our football team that we're preparing, and they'll ever get the opportunity to step up and see them do that. And a couple other guys definitely have done that.
Is anybody else?
Anybody else?
That's good.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you. Good to see you. I was talking to Coach about the O-line. You had a couple guys depart. How's the competition on the offensive line?
I would say with the two guys leaving, I'd say the competition's even more, Like those were older dudes, and now they had a set, like you don't really want to say it, but they had a set starting spot, and now it's just, I feel like we're a hungrier O-line, and I feel like we're a better group. I feel like we're a better group and we're closer now that there's more competition, and I feel like every spot's open at this point.
Are you working more at center or guard?
I'm working more at center right now, some guard.
And is that your more comfortable spot, or?
I wouldn't say more comfortable. I've played guard all my life, but my dad played center, and so it's kind of like it helps me out, getting tips from him and then getting tips from the coaches. Coach Eargle also played center, so I feel like it's a better opportunity for me.
from last year to this year, last year you're a true freshman, right? What have you learned over the past year that you're using now? What's the big difference in year 2 for year 1?
I would just say patience. Like, you're not gonna have the best day every day, but if you're consistent, like the amount of bad practices I think I had throughout the year is like everybody, like you're gonna have bad practices, but if you're consistent and you bring hard work, like you're gonna get tremendously better.
Who on the O-line has impressed you the most?
Impressed me the most, I would say, is Jadarius Lee, JD Lee. I feel like he stepped up this year, and he was a redshirt last year. I don't think he started any games, but he played in a couple games. But I think he's phenomenal this year.
Where's he been working? What position?
Mostly tackle, and then they're working him at center too.
On the defensive line, in terms of the guys you're having to block, who's a guy you're going, man, I got to block this guy?
Yeah, I'd say Jamari Solomon is a big surprise this year, and then also Jack Daly. A vet. He'll swim move you back door. He'll do whatever he wants, and then he's an experienced guy. He's a good asset for us.
And with Jack, you faced him last year with Bryant?
Yeah, one-on-one every time.
Yeah.
He's like a door stopper. You can't move him, but yeah, that's all I gotta say about it.
What did you say when you found out or you first saw him that he had come here, and what was he? What did you guys say to each other?
I was excited. We were friends on Instagram already, and my sister actually goes to Bryant, so I knew of him and I played against him. I was excited. He's a good dude.
Oh, is that? What's your sister's name?
Brooke Bock. She was thrower at Bryant.
Oh, in track and field?
Yeah.
And she's still there?
Yeah, she's still there at the moment.
Gotcha. Anybody else on defense has impressed you?
I'd say impressed me is also Marquez Tatum, transfer. I feel like he's doing really good this year. Really raw talent.
Oh, you mentioned Eargle, like your new offense. He was here last year, of course, from tight end.
Yes.
But now he's your O-line coach. How is the teaching different, if at all? Like what's?
I'd say it's more of a physical approach. It's still technical, but he plays more. He wants us to play more of a physical game, and I feel like that's going to help us in the long run. Last year we didn't have the best run, and now we have. I feel like we're going to have a way better run offense, especially with the way the scrimmage went.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. You were at Bryant last year. What made you want to come here?
I'm from Tampa, Florida. Back in the home state, getting to play a game I love. I hopped in the portal at the end of the season, try to see what I could get in there, and they remember me from the first game when we played Bryant FCS, and they took a chance on me. I told them that they offered me. I wasn't gonna try to stack no offers. I was just gonna take my one opportunity, and they needed DB, so I just came.
That's awesome. And you really wanted to be back home in your home state?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm only 4 hours away compared to 24 on the drive. I can't ask for more.
Yeah. Your smile says it all.
Yes, sir.
Where are you working? Mostly corner, safety, nickel?
So I'm mostly corner right now, but I'm going to be interchangeable. So now I'm going to be interchangeable between nickel and corner, so I can play both positions. I'm versatile, so I'll be working in at both. They got me doing the nickel alignments and assignments, but I also know the corner, so put me anywhere around there.
With Jack Daly, how did that work? Who committed first to FIU, or did you guys talk about it?
Okay, so he got the offer first. We were both in the portal. He got the offer first, and then he went on his OV first. And I told him like I texted him and I was like that would be great, like to come here. And then Coach Bell ended up following me. Well, first of all, Coach Matt followed me first on Twitter, and then Coach Bell followed me, and then Coach Tate. And then I reached out to him. I told him I was from Tampa. I sent him my film, my transcripts, and then I committed on my OV. And then I texted Jack, and I was like, "Come on, let's slide. Let's go turn it around." So we're both happy to be here. We couldn't ask. We're both grateful. It's always warm, no more cold. You know what I'm saying? We balling. We're gonna continue to keep working, continue to get that defense up. You feel me?
I feel you. When Jack was here on his visit first, did you tell him, "Hey, put in a good word for me"?
Yeah, I did.
And I'm assuming you did, I guess.
Yeah. That's my brother.
Who, in terms of the receivers you're having to check, like who's impressed you the most?
I like going against Creasy, number 10. I played against him the first game. He scored on me. And I like going against Dean, number 11. I like going against 1-4. I like going against 7, Mike Jack. I like going against all the little guys because I'm bigger than them, so they going to have quicker footwork than me. So I want to be able to, if I could guard that, I could guard anybody. You know what I'm saying? If I'm able to guard a quicker guy with faster footwork, and I'm able to lock that up, imagine what I'm going to do against a person that's 6'5", 220.
Right.
It's going to be easy. So I like going against all the little guys, you know, all the fast guys. I can run with any of our receivers. It's just, I'm just lacking on the technique, and I'm just working on my technique.
What's your height and weight now?
I'm 6'1", 190.
And what you've been timed in the 40?
I haven't run a 40 since high school, actually.
Okay.
So, but back then, it was like a 4.6. That was like sophomore year.
You feel you're faster now, right?
Yeah. If I actually train for it, I feel like I can get a good time.
All right. That's
Yes,
all
sir.
I got for you. Thanks,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. I appreciate that.
So,
You guys doing all right?
Yes, sir. Talk about your O-line. You had a couple guys depart. And
Yeah.
When that happens, does that upset you, or what happens when the guys?
Man, I am so excited about the group we're working with this spring. I tell you what, like you've got some young, hungry guys that are really working really hard. I like everything for us up front starts in the middle. I think John Bock's doing a phenomenal job. A local product, played a lot of snaps as a true freshman, so right here staying home, and it's really galvanizing a group for us right there that we like to call the Rock. And when you put that, like you got a big dude transfer back to us, Travis Burke, man, these transfers are realizing that you don't have to leave Miami to play big-time FBS football. And that's what's awesome about what Coach Mack's done is he's really rallied the troops and tried to build a fence around the 305 and this Miami-Dade and Broward County because kids realize that, hey, everything you need is right here at FIU. Everything you need. And Travis Burke comes back home and realizes, hey, I don't have to have a coat anymore. I'm back at the house. It's 72 to 78 degrees. Let's go play some football. Who doesn't want to do that, right? And so those two local products have gotten in there with a big old guy like my big dancing bear like Nair Jackson. Man, what a big-time dude he's going to be. And you put them with some guys who have played a lot of football like Jacob Pease and Sam Hill's coming in there and J.D. Lee's coming on at tackle. It's a lot of fun to work with those guys. We had a lot of production last year bringing some junior college guys in, and for us up front in the O-line, it was Phillip Houston, and he's doing a phenomenal job at right tackle. And then that group just kind of really just come together and really playing really hard together.
Could you break down who's running first team mostly right now? You mentioned Bock at center. You said Travis Burke is working where?
It's, anytime you're in spring ball, it's all up for grabs. I mean, there's not really returning starters and ones and twos. We try to rotate guys, one, to create depth so the guys can play inside and outside, but two, so we get used to playing with each other when injuries do happen in a game throughout the course of the season. So hopefully they don't happen, but, we're going to be ready up front to play those 10 guys in a lot of different spots. Right now, Philip's doing a good job at right tackle. J.D. Lee and Travis Burke are really battling really hard for that left tackle spot. You got Nair Jackson at left tackle doing a great job in there. At center, you got Bock, and you got Ming, and you got Wyatt Lawson, all really getting a lot of good reps in there. And then you got Sam Hill and Jacob Peace really battling for that right guard spot. So, man, that's a lot of names right there for 5 spots. Good. That's a good spot to be in. And so you can tell why I'm a little excited about these young guys coming on and fighting their tails off to see who can really go out there August 26th and fight for the Panthers.
You played center?
I did play center and left guard in college.
Yeah, Bob mentioned that he likes the O-line coach actually played his spot.
Yeah.
And he mentioned you're preaching more physicality to the O-line. Would you agree with that?
Well, it all runs through the center, so I hold those centers to a high standard. I mean, we got 5 guys taking snap at that center spot because I believe you got to have depth, and I believe you got to know what to do. We can't lose a center and be inexperienced at that spot. He's got to go up there, run the show, be the quarterback of the offensive line, get us all on the same page. We block everything inside out. And physicality, I mean, that's just how we want to play up front. From tackle to tackle, we want to be the renegades that really protect what we do up front on offense. We want to protect the quarterback. We want to run the football. And you call a run, Coach Yost, it's 4 yards. You call a pass protection, it's 6. Let's put it in the end zone. Quarterback's not touched. That's what we want to do up front.
Because you're a former center. If there's a quarterback-center exchange problem, I mean, I'm assuming they're running 30 laps. Or what happens?
It's always the center's fault. I'll say that. Let's say that. Always the center's fault.
How about moving from tight ends coach to O-line? Was when that came up? I mean, it seemed like you jumped at the chance, or how that worked?
Listen, anytime all of us 10 assistant coaches have an honor and a privilege to coach for Coach MacIntyre. It's a privilege to coach at FIU and to represent this university, this city, and this athletic department with Scott Carr. When a man of Coach MacIntyre's caliber says, "I appreciate what you're doing," you humbly say thank you and you move on.
You have a good deep voice. I'm assuming they hear you pretty well when you're yelling at the O-lineman.
We have fun. We get their attention.
You get their attention. Yeah. One last thing, you're focused on O-line, looking out at the D-line. Who's impressed you there?
Man, all right. Listen, guys. Our box on defense is going to have us ready to play whoever we play next fall. Our schedule's irrelevant because you got to block the 7 guys in that box for the Panthers. And it's deep. Like, you can't start just naming names. It's the usual suspects plus a few move-ins. Right there, I'll let you guys go investigate at practice.
Okay.
But they look salty, they're fast, they fly the football, they're violent up front with their hands, they're really, really good technicians with their hands. Coach George Frazier does a phenomenal job of getting those guys to play hard and to chase the football as a unit. They do a great job.
Salty. I like it. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you. So why'd you want to obviously put your name in the portal? Why FIU?
I just thought like FIU was my first visit, and I was really excited to come down here. You know, Miami and everything. It's eye appealing, but I was really interested like in the program and what they were about. I kind of got a glimpse of it when we played. When Brian played FIU, I kind of got a glimpse of like how much they care for each other and how tight it is. So when I came down the visit, it was pretty easy to make that decision.
Aside from just wanting to be in Miami and you liking the FIU program, does it mean something to you? I'm assuming that you wanted to be D1 and you wanted to play the highest caliber you could play. Is that part of the motivation?
Yeah, no, that's definitely the motivation. I feel like I did it. Had a solid career at Bryant and the FCS D1 level, but I thought I could make the jump to FBS level and see what I could do and improve every day.
What are you working on the most? What facet of D-line play are you working on to improve on?
I got a lot to work on. But I think for me, it's a lot about hands and technique, and playing low. And then once I kind of master that, and I'm able to fortify my run game, I could really advance my pass game.
Bock says he went up against you when Bryant and FIU played. What's it like going up against him now again in practice?
That was his first game, so you could tell he was a little nervous that first game. He told me we talked about that.
Did you run him over?
Maybe once or twice, something like that. But he got me a couple times too. Like it wasn't just like anything dominating, like anything like that. It was a really good battle, and it turned into us having really good battles out here as well. So he's a great player. He makes me better every day.
What about with JT? Like he said, I guess you put in a good word for him. What's it like that you're coming here with somebody that you already know from the same defense at Bryant?
It was nice. Like it's a hard transition anytime you move from a different school, especially because I was at Bryant for 4 years. I had all my brothers there, and I was really close with that whole team. So coming to a new team, it's definitely difficult that first couple of weeks. You don't really know anybody. You don't really know how anyone is going to interact with you. But coming with JT made it a little bit easier. Obviously, I knew somebody, and I kind of let me mingle in with more guys other than just the D-line. So it's been a great experience with them.
What's your height and weight?
Right now I'm like 6'3" and a half, about 320.
Is that the way you want to be at?
Yeah, 320, 325, around there.
And you mentioned your 4 years at Bryant. Did you get your bachelor's over there?
No, I was one semester short. So
you'll get that in.
I'll be graduating in the fall.
In the fall.
Yes, sir.
And then, are you gonna any plans for a master's, or what's your degree in, by the way? What's it gonna be in?
Communications.
Oh, nice.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
what do you want to do?
I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of putting plan A is football right now, and then working off of that in the future if it doesn't work out.
No plans for a master's or anything at this juncture?
No, sir. Not at the moment.
You guys got anything else?